This is our first rib mobilization, upper trap release via the heavy band. It's a 1 3/4 Rogue 100-pound band. I'm going to use it to essentially get some good traction and tack down my collarbone, deep under the trap, my first rib, and then all the superficial structures, first rib, some scalenes, and even the skin and fascia, and help to tack it down, and then therefore mobilize my neck off of it, mobilize my shoulder off of it. So in order to do so, I'm going to make a sash. I'm going to throw it in this kind of sweet spot here. Sorry, it's a little blended with the shirt color, but what I want is I don't want it on my neck, but I also don't want it out on my shoulder. I want it right at the base of the neck. So again, stepping over, go right side, I'm gonna step over, sash it, place it. I'm gonna press down through the band, find my arch, load up. Get that heavy tension on the band, and then here's my series. Nice and slow, working into some mild resistance, but not into pain. I'm gonna rotate towards the band. I'm gonna side bend away from the band. I'm gonna circle ahead in both directions. Gotten my neck essentially disassociated from the rib system, so now I'm going to take my shoulders and do the same. I'm going to work into bilateral shoulder flexion, abduction, external rotation, and then external rotation to press. Just get that good traction. If I want it to be a little bit more intense and I have a lot more of like a neural traction or fascial traction or tension sensation, then as I go through this to make it a little bit more intense, I'm going to internally rotate my shoulder. I can grab the band itself, or I can just lock it into the mid-back or the small of my back. This is gonna internally rotate the shoulder and put the pec and the clavicle and the first rib on tension. So now as I come through, it'll be a little bit spicier, a little bit more intense, but I can repeat that same series. It's also important to note that when doing this kind of the intensity of the series, there's so many tissues that are going to be challenged. I don't want to do it when I'm in a really acute state or if I'm in hot pain. It can be a little too much. What I'll normally do in a kind of more of a stiff and settled, maybe a little dysfunctional state, I'll go through the cervical system that we did, the rotation, the side bend, the circling, and the circling. I'll have that as a series of maybe about 5 times through. I'll take the shoulders, I'll do that about 5 times through. Then I'll switch on the other side. Even if you only have restriction or symptom on one side, I would highly recommend you do both sides. This system is so integrated on these hard diagonals. You can get a lot of, let's say, right upper cervical release by working the left clavicle, left first rib. Absolutely do this bilaterally.